Professor Steve Rowland. Professor Steve Rowland is a professor of organic geochemistry from the University of Plymouth, UK. He has vast work experience, including working at the Mass Spec Analytical in the UK in 1977 for 2 years, moving to a postdoc at Perth University, Perth, Western Australia in 1983, and Newcastle University, UK in 1984. He has also 2 sabbaticals, one in CSIRO in Tasmania, Australia in 1998, and at Stanford University, California in 2005. Professor Rowland is award recipient of the European Research Council Advanced Investigator 2009 to 2014. He also a recipient of the prestigious Klaus-Stein Fellowship, Stanford University in 2005, and a fellowship of the Royal Society of Chemistry 1992 to present. With this, it gives me a great pleasure to ask Professor Rowland to start his presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, Rowland, and I'd like to begin by thanking you all for getting up early and coming here. I'm sorry for the slight delay. I'd like to thank the organising committee for inviting me back to Kuwait. It's really nice to be here. I've not been here for several years now, and especially to Rowland for arranging this visit for me. Okay, the title of this conference is Petroleum Industry and Environment, and I hope that what I have to say will interest those of you who work in the petroleum industry and those of you who work in environmental sciences, because what I'm going to say is relevant to both industrialists and environmentalists. Now, if we examine hydrocarbons, crude oil, and of course crude oil is mostly hydrocarbons, if we examine them by gas chromatography, we see the typical top feature here, where gas chromatograph is dominated by a series of resolved peaks, and each of these resolved peaks is an individual hydrocarbon. And you can see a distinct series and homology of N-alkanes and paraffins, plus some complexity, this component labeled MCH I'll refer to a little later. But essentially this is petroleum dominated by resolved hydrocarbons. But in the environment, or indeed in the reservoir where oil is actually generated or stored, then bacteria can degrade such petroleums, and we end up in the middle chromatogram with many of the resolved peaks being removed by bacteria.